Welcome to my 30-day world, an exercise where in 30 days, we're all going to share about our homebrew worlds. Our homebrew world of Dragongrin is what we're going to be talking about today.
My 30-day world is brought to you by the Dead Man's Guide to Dragongrin Kickstarter. Back it. It's live right now. You can find a link in the description, and you can hear more about Dragongrin in these videos.
James Von Jim Jams. It's terrible. What is today's question?
Today's question is, who dominates the political spheres of your world?
I'm going to throw it to you.
So I think it's important to note that our world has a very interesting political landscape because it is effectively almost entirely controlled by one sort of political party in the general sense. Evil has won. The dismembered lord now rules over just about everything, only because there's nobody big enough, no one sort of nation or region or whatever big enough to oppose him, and he kind of has a presence everywhere.
Yes.
But there's a lot of kind of land to cover in Dragongrin, and he can't be everywhere at once.
Right.
So he's appointed what are called the Lords of Ash. So the Lords of Ash are these like really terrible, crazy political leaders, basically. But they're some of the worst ones.
Right.
But again, this is not a democracy. This is nothing like a normal political landscape. We're not talking, casting votes here. The Lords of Ash, this office kind of comes with some powers, right?
Yeah, I like to think that the Lords of Ash are appointed. So it is an office. And I would think that the dismembered lord grants these powers to those that he puts over the different realms and regions. So the Lord of Ash that is placed in a particular location is done so with power.
Exactly. Because he delegates a lot. The dismembered lord doesn't say you have to do it. He's just like, listen, do what I say, take care of the things I need, and otherwise I kind of don't care how you rule. Kind of guaranteed that if you're a Lord of Ash, it's probably going to be a terrible tyrannical rule. I mean, there's not a good one,
Right, but it's exactly what you're saying.
They're given the power to do what they need to do.
Do what I say if I ask you to do something. Other than that, don't mess it up. And so, yeah. So I think it would be interesting, and this is why we've put this into the book that we're making. We have a very simple system where the different Lords of Ash will have different things that come with them.
Yeah.
Which means that the modularity of the book is increased because you can choose which Lord of Ash is over a particular region.
Which will change, what their goals are in the region.
Exactly.
Also, based on the sort of examples we give, you can create your own and say, well, in this region, this Lord of Ash is here and this, and then that region becomes completely different, even though it might house the same things.
Exactly. So as a rough high-level example, a certain Lord of Ash might have an orcish army. So the minions and the things that the players would encounter in that region would more likely be orcs. Also, that Lord of Ash would have goals. So if it was to unearth a specific artifact, we would give you some ideas to have a lot of unearthed kind of dig sites. Depending on where you put that in the world, like I said, it will be totally different and modular. So
exactly. It's a modular layer to kind of lay over the region, which in themselves are modular. So you end up picking kind of all the pieces you want and putting them together.
Right.
Just gluing them how you want, and you kind of have a different world than maybe anyone else that has the book.
And as far as the politics go, one final thing. I think it's really cool. Anyone can challenge a Lord of Ash to their title through combat. And we think that would be a really interesting kind of facet, especially using the infamy system we talked about before. If a player can get more powerful and eventually get powerful enough to challenge the Lord of Ash and win, you could role play a Lord of Ash in your version of Dragongrin. I just think that's really cool. So what is the political landscape in your world? Let us know. We're really interested to find out. A Dead Man's Guide to Dragongrin, our campaign setting book, is live now on Kickstarter. We would love for you to consider backing the project and bring it to life.
We also want you to be involved in the My 30-Day World project. Not only does this allow us to tell you and everybody else about our world, but it allows you to do the same. But on whatever social media channel you're on, just tag it with the My 30-Day World hashtag. Participate. You don't need to worry about doing all of them. Skip a couple days. Pick the ones you want to do.
Don't limit yourself. It could be a tweet, a Facebook post. It could be a blog post, a video, a live stream. Whatever way you want to participate, build your world, and share it with us. Thanks so much.